Hello everybody, my name is Veladam01 and welcome back to City Skylines East of the Curtain, my former Eastern Bloc city building series. In the previous episode, I built the comi-block housing estates and I'm going to continue with building an entrance to the city with a roundabout and a commercial area, including a supermarket, a gas station and a fast food restaurant. You know, just usual things that you can find on the outskirts of cities. So what I did was just making a road expansion outwards of the city. I also upgraded the overpass next to the comi-blocks with roads that don't have parking lanes because I don't think that there would be place for parking in a busy road like this. Then I created a second street which will later intersect with the main road in a big roundabout. For the roundabout, the conception was kinda like the conception of turbo roundabouts, that you will notice that in this case there won't be a dedicated lane for every direction in this roundabout. It will just be a classic two-lane roundabout, which are heavily used in my country nowadays when building express roads, but they don't want to build overpasses and on and off ramps at intersections with local roads, so they just build multi-lane roundabouts and voila, problem's gone. At first I couldn't decide what road shall I use, simply just the one-way two-lane road with parking from the Vanilla Plus collection by Delta, or the two-lane version of the roundabout road spec, but later I just decided that I will use the roundabout road because I wanted the lights to be on the outside of the roundabout and not the inside, because I wanted to decorate the inside with custom detailings. I detailed the roundabout using intersection marking tool. You will see that my plan was to cars can only exit the roundabout from the outer lanes, and for going forward they have to go into the inner lanes, but unfortunately I forgot to set up the roundabout in TMPE, so cars won't respect the road lines. Then I also added a tall light pole in the middle of the roundabout. This is from the same pack that was used in the industry area in episode 2, but it is the 30-meter tall one, and planted vegetation around it using P. Elmo's garden clusters and landscaping grass props in the middle. You will see that I also tried to add some chevron props with intersection marking tool because I thought I had them installed. Subscribed them on the workshop, but I only realized this when I was recording the time-lapse, so I just left this like this, and maybe I will add the chevrons later when I subtract to them. After finishing the Roundabout, I started building a supermarket. What I built was actually a little supermarket, which is a German food store chain that is basically present in almost every country in the European Union and Switzerland, and it has some stores even in Serbia, according to the Wikipedia site of the store. I could have also built a bigger retail chain like Tesco, as it is kinda common in the Central European area, like Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland, and also in Romania, but I couldn't find a good Tesco asset in the workshop that would fit the theme, or also can be used as modular building to make it a bigger retail store or hypermarket. But anyway, the video you are currently watching right now on the screen is almost 5 times speeded up than original footage, and you will see that the detailing of the store consumed more time than placing it and building the parking lot around it. I even made the store a little bit bigger than it was by adding these kind of tunnel block assets attached to the back of it. And to be honest, these tunnel blocks are kinda the best assets that you can find for City Skylines, because you can just convert them into procedural objects and use them in a lot of ways, for example making bridge and overpass abutments, or make road surface more durable to allow more weight and more heavy vehicles on it, or just to extend buildings to be bigger, just like you saw it in this time lapse. Here is the second part of the video, where I am going to build a Shell gas station and a McDonald's restaurant. Originally I wanted to build a Burger King, but then I changed to McDonald's because I wasn't sure if it will also work with a Burger King. And to be honest, this ended up looking like a truck stop, but just without trucks. For this building, I used the curbless road pack by 9New with some ploppable asphalt and clipping brushes from the workshop to create the parking lot, and Sven Berlin's Shell gas station for the gas station, and the Granny's McDonald's asset and these restaurant terrace parks with the McDonald's umbrella in them. Also, it turned out pretty nice. I still would eat at the gas station instead of the McDonald's, because McDonald's, well, just kinda sucks, at least in my country, and if I could choose, I would prefer Burger King instead, and even a burger from a caravan selling grilled chicken in a Tesco parking lot can beat their stuff, which is a true story, not gonna lie, once it happened to me. And I also think that later in the future I am also going to change the gas station to a different brand of gas station. I think an Esso gas station would work here better than a Shell. And also, if you are an asset creator watching this and you could create some European gas station brands that are not present on the workshop, like ÖMV or MOL, or I don't know what other gas station brands are in Europe, maybe Lukoil or Orlen or Krodax. It would be nice to have some of these in the city. So, I will just leave you here enjoying the time-lapse of the building of this area, and see you later when I start decorating it. And finally, here is the decorating section of this video where I will add details to this area that I built today. I combined the feature of intersection marking tool of adding trees and props to networks as IMS line rules with hand placing trees. You will see that I used P-Demo's garden cover flowers in this video, the yellow one with IMS, and I also placed by hand some red garden clusters, also by P-Demo, at the fast food joint. Then I placed some city advertisement boards from Berlin and converted them to PO and loaded some custom posters on them, which is basically left for that content, like the Midnight Riders or the campaign posters from that game, which I made for myself in Photoshop, because Sven made untextured versions of the ad boards where you can just create and load your own ads using procedural objects, which is a really nice feature of the procedural objects mod and the asset. I would also publish this advertisement pack that I made for the boards to the workshop, but they are just textures that should be used with procedural object mod, and I don't know how to publish PO textures on the workshop, so if someone could show me how to do it, that would be nice. After placing the ad boards, I finished the detailing with some vegetation using the wild bushes and wild flowers clusters copied all around the place to create some unkept covered in weeds area that you can see in a lot of outskirts in Central Europe and also around the world, as I think. At the end of this episode you will also be shown a cinematics around the area I built today, and I have no clue what to do in the next episode. I think I am going to do some residential expansion because there is a high demand on residential in the city at the moment. But if you have any idea what to build, just send them into the comments. I was Veladam01, thanks for watching this episode. I hope I will see you in the next one. See you later, goodbye.